Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to this Hall of Fame interview. We have Mr. Veera Raghavan here, who has moved from firefighting mode to business systems, being absolutely set after joining GFI. So, congratulations to you, sir, for making
Thank
it to
you.
the Hall of Fame.
Thank you very much. It's all because of your course and your book and the weekly reviews that is happening because of you.
Thank you so much. I must say you're making it very humbled. In fact, it's purely because the actions members are taking. I think all credit goes to you because of taking action, not just being learners, but being doers of the modules and insights that has been shared as well. Why don't you give us a quick introduction about your business, sir, so that the people who are watching would also get benefited from your business journey as well.
I'm the director of a company called Crown Technologies. We are into ED coating, powder coating, shot blasting, and spray painting of automobile parts. We do the coating for tier 2, tier 1 companies of Hyundai, Renault, Nissan, Ford, Daimler, Ashok Leyland, and TAFE. So mainly we are focused on automotive companies. So we are into this business since 2012. We had our first plant in 2012, and 2018 we started our second plant. Our first plant, around 150 people are working. In our second plant, around 100 people are working. So continuously, we are growing at 20 to 25%. There is a need here. Quality delivery supplier is required for the automotive parts. So we are fulfilling that requirement. After GFI, I can say there is a lot of changes in our business, the way we do our business. Earlier, I used to do firefighting. I used to review everything whenever there is a quality issue, whenever there is a delivery issue. I will be there to review what has happened, take actions, ensure that it's not repeating and all. Now we have certain systems that we have learned from GFI. Like we have set a core team first. So based on the core team, we have set our values, we have set our objectives, we have set our policies. So which our people take forth daily in the morning. So this itself has brought in a change in the working level people, operator level people. And next is the big thing is the KPI. So we have rolled out KPI. We like earlier we used to review the performance of our staff only yearly once. They might have even forgot what they have done in the whole year, and we might have forgot what they did not do or what they did well, etc. After a 1 year review. So based on that last 1 month, the whole performance review is going to happen, and the incentive or increment or promotion, whatever is going to happen. But now, after this KPI rollout and implementation, we are doing a monthly review. So first of all, the key parameters are given to everybody. Earlier, it was not done, I can say. Now we have around 6 to 7 parameters given to each and every staff member, and monthly I am reviewing it. What is their marks in that? So they are very clear in what they have achieved, what they have not achieved, where is the gap. So before even bringing it to me, they know what they have done. Upfront, they are coming and telling me this is the area that I have to improve next month. So you will see my next month improvement like that. So this is improving our overall performance. One big example I can say, we were behind a customer who is supplying to Hyundai directly for almost 2 years, I can say. So he never gave us any business. But in this last 4 months, they have come in search of us. They were telling they are ready to give the business to us, but like our capacity is full, and we are not in a position to take their business now. So this is something which I have to be proud of. We have plans to set up our third line now, to cater to their requirements and grow further. This KPI gamification is a real breakthrough which we all need to implement in our own plans. So it will give you a dramatical change which even we don't expect. See, people are working more responsibly, more sincerely, more dedication to their work. They are clear in what they have to do. What is the metrics? What is the measurement? So they are performing, or where is the gap? Where they have to improve, etc. So it is even giving up where we have to train them, where there is a real competency gap, and where we have to train them to take them to the next level.
So fantastic, amazing journey, I must say. So kudos, and I think you're also reaching that 10 years milestone or a decade, being into this particular field as well.
Yes.
Awesome. So I must say that's a highly commendable job executing KPI for your business. But obviously, there would be these doubts for those who are entrepreneurs, those who are watching this. Uh, like, what's your mix of people? You probably would be having some, line managers in charges, and you may also be having people who've not maybe coming from a formal education background. And how did they reach? And how did they understand KPI? How did they take it? And how were you really able to get KPI till the last guy in your business?
Actually, I'll talk about our plan two for this matter. So we have printed a KPI card for everybody. So it has got the task that they have to achieve, the key performance indicator, and then it has got the other things like attitude, the leadership, the supervisory skills that are all required. So in this, we have like put table all the 12 months calendar in this. So in like every month, I will be reviewing it. So what is their achievement? Example, let us take an example of a production engineer. He has to achieve the overall equipment efficiency of 85%. So what is that overall month average? For example, he has achieved 70%. Then he gets a weightage there, like 30% weightage for the overall equipment efficiency, which is the productivity. So according to his score, there will be a pro rata marks for this. Next will be the first time through we call quality wise what is he has achieved. So 99% should be okay. So if he's achieved 99%, then he gets 30% in this. Then the cost of operation. So what is the target? What he has achieved, and then each one has to train at least two people whether he has fulfilled the training requirement. Then the housekeeping 5S. How was the 5S weekly audit score? Then continuous improvement. There should be at least two continuous improvement activity every month. So according to all this KPIs, whatever is his achievement for that month, he will be given a mark. So this is being done month on month. It is like direct evaluation. So there is no subjectiveness in this.
Awesome, superb. I think so. They really know where they stand, and there's no hidden agenda or anything. They don't have to, another person need not cannot really even put them down or even just bring them up. Purely their own performance, and it's being monitored. And
Yes.
if they put in the hard work, definitely the director of the company itself would be notified about those commendable achievements as well.
Yes.
So that kind of a transparency has been set up. Okay,
Yes.
awesome.
There are 20 people. There is a planter who has got around 15 years of experience. He's a master's with 15 years of experience, and we have even the freshers who have got engineering graduate with 1 year of experience. But since we did the rollout, we had a rollout meeting where we have explained clearly how we are going to go about this, and then distributed this. Initially, people were filling it wrongly, or they were giving a KPI which was not important for them as something important, which needs some review and corrections. So once it is all done, it is the rollout is through, and the understanding is clear. Everybody has accepted, and they are working to achieve their best and go forward and get to the next level.
Great. So we normally say 2 to 3 months max when you implement KPI, because the first month when you do your KPI reviews, people would then only really understand, oh, this is how I get the points. This is how I lose the points. So we normally say 3 months. We do a 3-month challenge. Basically, you implement KPI for 3 consecutive months, then you see things will slowly fall into place. And what is it in your particular situation as well? I mean, how long did it take for people to really get into the KPI groove?
We took around 1 month to roll out. Actually, the people were misunderstanding again and again. We need to correct their KPI. I can say the importance was felt after 2-3 months time. Initially, they did not understand that this is going to directly impact. We have something called a monthly incentive. Actually, according to their performance, we give the monthly incentive. So once we started differing this, linking the performance incentive with the KPI. So this has impacted them. So within 2-3 months time, they have understood clearly that it's very important to get the KPI scores better, so that they give the monthly incentive. So based on monthly incentive only, the annual bonus and the increment, promotion, everything is depending. So as you said, 2-3 months time, people are on the job.
Powerful. So post coming, after coming into GFI, what were the changes, and what was new? What changed after coming into GFI?
See, the first change is the change that has happened in me. I can say I was working in a very mediocre way and was compromising on my performance, my employee performance, meeting the customer requirement, etc. So after coming to GFI, mainly we have to be the best. Your what to say? Your way of motivating us to do our best has brought in a change. So now I want to do the best. I want to give the best to my customer. I want to get the best from my employees and do the best to my employees. We have also, like, in the process of rolling out our career ladder chart. So I just explained to our 2-3 people. They are very much enthusiastic. See, we are going to add the Mediclaim insurance. We are going to add a term plan. See, a planted with 10 years experience, we are going to give them a car. Once this I told him, he became very happy. See, we did not have this plan earlier. Now, after the CLC, now we are becoming more systematic. So once we are becoming more systematic, people are also becoming more systematic, and really they wanted to perform and grow in this organization.
Fantastic. Hats off to you and all the very best to your the KPI and the CLC rollout as well. Because see, entrepreneurs with an attitude of my people are my assets. I really want them. If I am blessed, I want everybody to be blessed. And that kind of an attitude, to find people with that attitude is very, very rare. And you're one among them. And definitely it'll increase the morale for everybody in your organization as well. So congrats. So let it go really well, and that's going to be awesome. And tell us about the chapters experience. I know you're heading a particular chapter, and you're part of the leadership team as well. And after coming into chapters, talk to us about chapters and the friends that you got after coming into GFA. How was that experience?
So honestly, I keep attending trainings. I have attended many trainings. So most of the trainings end with a next what, a next level, next level like that. But yours was very unique, saying that it's a one-time payment, and then on you are going to continuously travel with you, and you are going to get trained continuously for free. And your motive of developing entrepreneurs, your vision, I liked it very much. That is the very purpose of joining the chapter. What we are going to give to other people. Or for this matter, I have some knowledge how I can share this with others, how other people can get benefited out of this. So that is the purpose of joining this chapter. Definitely, these chapters have to be successful. See, it's only a matter of understanding. People still are trying to use the chapter to get some business. So which is short term, I can say. But your vision is long term, so that they gain the knowledge and get much more business from the general public. So this realization has to happen among the chapter members. So that is a gap that is why people are not attending. But I have come across very good our Joseph, the lift manufacturer, is a very good friend. Yes, he came down to our plant. We are in close contacts, like with our treasurer Ajay, who is this interior person. Regularly, we are talking to each other about how is the progress, what we are doing now, etc. So we have literally contacted each and every member to join the meeting and get benefited, but still I can say the realization has not come. And again, there is no physical meeting. Our intentions have not been understood by them, I can say. So once we continue to have the chapter meetings, and once they realize some knowledge gain and implementation of that in their business, definitely they'll start attending the chapter meetings regularly.
Superb. And talk to us about the Spark. Again, see, people join the GFA system. They have this 12-day business scale-up blueprint program. Then weekly, every week, Thursday, Thursday, they have these sessions as well. Sometimes to really motivate members, we do have these action marathons. Some people, the spark happens quite late. They join GFI, they wanted to start, then they slow down. After 2-3 months, then they realize, oh my God, so much is there inside. I've missed taking action. So when did the spark happen to you? Are you like active from day one onwards, or somewhere along the way, something caught your attention, and when that spark happened?
Actually, this business blueprint bootcamp, I was listening to it again and again. 2-3 times I was listening. I can say the second time or third time, the real intentions, the real change has to happen in me. When I compromise, everybody is compromising. When I am going to tell, I'm going to give my best, you have to give your best. We have to give the best to the customer. Definitely, that is a mindset change. So once that mindset change comes, everybody starts performing. So it's basically the change has to come from me and my mind.
True. Awesome. And tell us a little bit about, from your generic business success, tell us three things that were very, very like a key element for your business's growth.
I can say giving responsibility to people. So once we give most of the time we have the responsibility. Say, I have to conduct the meeting. I have to make people perform. I have to ensure this quality issue does not happen. So instead of that, delegate the responsibility to others, and you only review their performance. That is a big plus point, I can say. See, my planter does his job very well, and I took a lot of time for mentoring him to delegate the job to the next level. But now he has understood that. So once that chain comes, everybody starts. Once you give the responsibility, people take the responsibility and do the work. We keeping the responsibility ourselves and wanting them to perform, it does not work. So that is one key takeaway. And second, customer is the king. Always meeting the customer requirements. So whatever customer says, we will do. See, in automotive, we will have to do. So customer is the king. Customer is the god. So whatever customer says, see, we have to understand the customer requirement and meet all customer requirements. And being good, I can say we have a philosophy or a principle that we will be good to everybody. You can ask anybody, the supplier, customer, employees, oh, he's a good person, it's a good company. That's what will be the remark. So this is also keeping us growing.
Awesome. Very good. And if you had to sum up like one powerful word that you would like to tell everybody else to follow, what would that one word? It could be a principle or some word that keeps ringing in your mind very often. Maybe that's ringing right now. So one word, if you like to give a one word message, what would that be?
What I tell all my people is growth. We have to continuously grow in the knowledge, in the actions, in the improvements, in the passion, enthusiasm, motivation. Everywhere we need to keep on growing. There's no limit. So once we set the limit in our mind, oh, I have achieved this, that's the end. But once you have the goal to grow continuously, then definitely there's no limit for your growth. Growth is the keyword, I can say.
Superb. And tell us about what is right now your like most wanted or very strong product or hot product. Like a lot of people are, you're getting a lot of inquiries for this particular product. Are you very, very strong in that product or service? And what would that be?
We are doing this electro deposition. This is something very specific to automotive companies. You can see the automobile parts do not rust so fast. Earlier, when you take the times of Ambassador or Fiat, even the new cars will be rusted. Whereas the new generation cars or the two-wheelers also don't get rusted. It's only because of this electro deposition coating. So we are into that electro deposition coating. Like there is a good demand with respect to the automotive, and it's not new. It's almost 25 years after Maruti came in. This technology has come in, but now it is being adopted by all the components. All the components have to be ED coated now. This has got better margins, whereas powder coating, liquid painting, and all is highly competitive, where anybody does that. Whereas ED coating only in Chennai, if you take, there are only 5-6 people who are doing it in the scale in which we are doing. So that is a niche area where we are focusing and growing.
Wonderful. Fantastic. And almost last two questions. One is, how did you come into this particular business and what was the driving force and how did you pick this particular field?
I am basically a chemical engineer. I was working in Ashok Leyland in the paint shop. So this is the line I was working for the last 20 years. I worked in Ashok Leyland, then Hindustan Motors, Lancer car, that car paint shop, then TVS Motor Company, the two-wheeler paint shop, then Visteon Automotives paint shop. I was working in paint shops. So I had a chance to move to supplier development where I had to go to different suppliers who are doing this painting and improve them. So that is where I thought when people without much knowledge or system, they are doing this by only one thing, like taking that risk of starting the business. So why not we do it? That's how I started this. So it's my basic experience of 20 years in the same field.
Okay.
And awesome. I found a gap in this. There is a requirement in this.
Great. So how did you come into GFI? Like when that moment happened, like how did you come to know about GFI and how did you join basically?
Actually, during lockdown, I was just seeing a lot of YouTubes. That time, I accidentally saw your video. So for the first time itself, I was attracted. It is a rare occasion actually for me. If I have to join something, I'll have to do some study, get feedback from people. Then only I join. But seeing your video, the first time itself, I was convinced. Yes, I'll have to join this program. So I joined your business blueprint bootcamp. So
Super.
the passion, your motives, like when you talk, you are expressing your motives, no? That you are doing all this training for the entrepreneurs to develop. So that is getting communicated to us.
Awesome. So what is your message to all the other GFA members who are actually watching this video? A lot of people would have just joined and, just getting plugged in. And what would be your message for all the other GFA friends?
So now I will say religiously follow whatever you are telling. From if you see the core team formation, setting the values, developing a performing culture, setting this KPIs, reviewing this at a frequent intervals, setting the system so that the business will go in the autopilot mode. All this are whatever you have taught us. So I'll say religiously just follow whatever you say and then review how it is performing.
Absolutely. Fantastic. Because every single thing that has come here as part of learning and insights in GFA is it has been evolved out of, working with so many companies, and it's got success stories and also very importantly, failure stories of other companies as well. So which is why we say, okay, this is how it works. And at GFA, we're not only focusing on, how an entrepreneur can take the business to the next level. It's a holistic focus where like you're doing CLC, because we know when you do KPI, people could feel when I get more points, what do I get out of it? So they got career ladder chart. So employees should be happy, entrepreneur should be happy, the investors or the financial health or the well-being of the company, and the SOPs, systems in place, and product purchase department. We're trying to bring every single thing, including the marketing. So all the aspects have been brought into it, and I think the future is going to be amazing, because we will also quickly start something called GFI trainings, where members like you could be really, be forerunner of certain modules and principles we strongly believe, and you can, help others to take the game to the next level as well.
Definitely. I wish I'll do that. Thank you. Thanks for
Thank you so much for
thanks for the course. So it's all because of you. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Lots more to come, I must say. So if you've been watching this video and if you're really inspired, you're a GFA member, I would urge you to just get back to our basics, focus on the Business Killer Blueprint, the KPI Success Formula, all the other Success Formula courses. So get back to work and start implementing things. And if you're not a GFA member, just check out the links below. We will be giving all the links that are related to Mr. Veera Raghavan's business, also links that will relate, take you towards a few other programs that GFA offers, and how you can become a member and all that stuff. So thank you once again. Thank you for watching, and stay tuned. This is James Vineet and Mr. Veera Raghavan signing off.
Thank you. Thank you, everyone. Bye-bye.